Welcome to We Learn Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 21st of the subject The Study of Society, and the chapter is Culture Main Characteristics. The topics to be covered are characteristics of culture, culture and human nature, culture and biology. So what are the characteristics of culture? Culture refers to certain personal characteristics of an individual. Culture is used in popular discourse to refer to a celebration or an evening of entertainment, as when one speaks of a culture show. Culture is used in a special sense in anthropology and sociology. So culture refers to certain personal characteristics of an individual or of a certain place or of a certain country or place where one is living. Or culture can also be referred to as a celebration or an evening of entertainment. When one speaks of a cultural show, when one cultural show is happening, then basically it is related to one culture or one the place where how the people perform or how the people behave in a certain way. That is known as culture. Role of culture. Culture has two distinctive but interrelated aspects. On the one hand, it is an expression of human beings' ingenuity. It cannot be adequately understood without reference to certain characteristics which are unique to human beings. On the other hand, culture has played a crucial role in the fulfillment of capacities and potentialities. So on the one hand, culture cannot be adequately understood without reference to characteristics of human beings. So on one hand, there is the uniqueness of human beings, because without the human beings, without the characteristics of human beings, culture cannot be studied, or culture cannot be understood in detail. So it involves the human beings, their behavior, their habits and their way of expressing thoughts and attitudes. And on the other hand, culture also plays a crucial role when the capacities and potentialities are fulfilled in the proper way. So culture also plays a crucial role in the fulfillment of capacities and potential of the people around. Role of culture. Cooperation among human beings provided security from wild animals and external threats. It facilitated the hunting of wild animals by making it a group activity. Culture has two distinctive but interrelated aspects. So basically, culture is also responsible for making individuals independent and also fulfilling of their capacities. It facilitated the hunting of wild animals by making it a group activity. So this is the role of culture, and also the domestication of plants and animals helped in the adaptation of human groups and communities to the environment. Language made possible the sharing, accumulation and transmission of experience and skill. So, cooperation among human beings and security among human beings also provided security and safety from wild animals or external kinds of threats. And the domestication of plants and animals also helped the human beings to have adaptation to their communities and to the environment. And also language made possible the sharing and the transmission of communication, experience and skill. Features of culture. Culture is used in two senses, a general and a specific sense. Used in general sense, it implied the sum total of those characteristics which are unique to mankind and which have no parallel in the animal kingdom. When used in a specific sense, it refers to the totality of the life ways and behavioral patterns of a community or a group. So in a general sense, it implies the sum total of those characteristics which are only unique to mankind and which have no bearing in the animal kingdom. So those characteristics, those skills, those talents which are only unique to human beings, which only human beings can possess. And in the specific sense, it refers to the totality of the ways of the behavioral patterns, norms, rules and attitudes and behaviors of a particular community or a group. It is shared in common by the members of a given society or community. So culture is learned and acquired by human beings in interaction with others. So culture is also learned. It is acquired. It is acquired from the interaction with the human beings, and also with the help of learning and observing. So it is a shared thing. It is shared in common by the members of a certain community or a group, or basically religion. Culture is not only learned and acquired by individuals in a social context, but it is also accumulated and transmitted from generation to generation through the mechanism of symbolic communication or language. So, with the help of symbolic communication or language, it is also accumulated, it is kept, and it is also transmitted from one generation to the other, and it is also acquired by individuals when in a social setting, when dealing with or when communicating with other individuals, and when they are also learning things from them. So, basically, culture. The do's and don'ts of culture is also acquired when talking or when communicating with people. Human beings and other animals. A few decades ago, it was commonly believed that animals can neither learn to make and use tools nor can they plan ahead or count. Modern researchers in animal behavior have established that all these assumptions about animals are not correct. The fact that animals are capable of learning has been known to animal trainers and zookeepers for a long time. So, animals are capable of learning. Animals are also capable of understanding the instructions what are given to them. Researchers in ethology and ornithology indicate that a number of animal species are capable of learning patterns of behavior. So the patterns of behavior of human beings as well, animals are capable of learning that. Many species of birds have a remarkable sense of direction and planning. So many species of birds can remarkably direct and plan. So they have this sense of direction and planning. The emu is an Australian animal which lays big eggs. The Australian buzzard, who is very fond of the eggs, drives the emu from its eggs and then flies aloft with a stone in its claws. So this is basically, emu is a basically Australian animal, and the Australian buzzard is fond of eggs, and emu derives eggs and then flies aloft with stone in its claws. Uniqueness of human beings. In animals, the satisfaction of basic biological urges such as hunger, thirst, that is determined by their basic instincts. In human beings, instincts have almost disappeared. Human being is the only species in which the female is sexually receptive throughout the year. This has important consequences for marital and social behavior. The human child is dependent physically and emotionally on the mother for a much longer period as compared to other species of animals. Human being is essentially a symbolic animal. So basically, human beings are social animals and they also live in the context of people. Culture and biology. Human being shares with animals certain basic biological urges such as hunger, thirst, which press for satisfaction. There is a significant difference in the manner in which the satisfaction of basic biological needs take place in them and in animals. Among the animals, the basic needs are satisfied through the mechanism of instincts, whereas in human beings, they are fulfilled and regulated through culture. Culture and the satisfaction of hunger. The Bushmen who live in the hot, sandy Kalahari Desert in southern Africa survive on wild plants, insects, locusts, scorpions, bustards, and ostriches. The Eskimos who live in the freezing cold of the Arctic survive on the meat and fat of the walrus. The Lapps of Scandinavia survive on the milk and meat of the reindeer. The Andaman Islanders in the Bay of Bengal live by means of fruits and roots gathering, fishing, and hunting. So basically, it is about different groups in different places, how they live and how they survive. Food taboos and rituals. Culture defines what types of food are worthy of consumption by a given people or a community and what food items are to be avoided. So it is only with the help of culture which defines which food are worthy of consumption by given people or a community and which food items are to be avoided. The aphorism, a short sentence packed with meaning, one man's food is another man's poison, is very true in a cultural sense. Pork, which is forbidden to Jews and Muslims, is eaten with relish by the Christians. So, which is the thing which is forbidden in one culture, that is eaten with relish by another culture or the community. The Navajos and the Apaches of New Guinea and Arizona consider fish nauseating and unfit for human consumption. Many cultures prescribe that certain types of food are not to be combined with others. Orthodox Jews, for example, do not combine meat and milk products in the same meal. Orthodox Muslims avoid eating dairy products immediately after eating fish. The Eskimo keep the seafood separate from foods obtained from land animals. Patterns of sexual gratification. There are infinite variations among groups of mankind in regard to the fulfillment of sexual impulses. In almost all cultures, sexual mating is institutionalized in marriage. The incest taboo is a universal cultural invention which is aimed at regulating sexual behavior. There are great diversities in respect of incest regulations from one culture to another and even within a single society. Culture in relation to health and sickness. Cultural factors significantly influence health and sickness in society. Certain types of ailments are significantly correlated with such factors as class, occupation, ethnicity, and food habits. Hypertension, diabetes, and ulcers may be regarded as urban diseases generally connected with sedentary occupations. So, all these diseases, hypertension, diabetes, stress, ulcers, all are generally connected with sedentary occupations where there are erratic timings or where there is a lot of stress. Food habits, particularly the consumption of fatty foods and high salt intake, are significantly correlated with cardiovascular diseases. Culture in relation to health. A culture generally defines what diseases are to be considered as illness and therefore requiring treatment. So it is only with the context of culture which defines which diseases are considered to be illness and therefore which requires the treatment. Intestinal worms are regarded as necessary for digestion among the Tonga of Africa and the Yap Islanders. In most primitive societies, diagnosis and treatment of diseases are invariably associated with magical beliefs and rites and shamanistic practices. So in primitive societies, the old magical beliefs and rites are considered for the treatment of diseases. Culture and sex roles. Men and women differ not only in anatomical and physical features but also in respect of behavior, role, and attitudes. It is generally held that men and women behave differently because nature has prescribed different rules and behavioral patterns for them. So basically, men and women not only differ with biological characteristics but also with the roles, attitudes, behavior, and the mental characteristics as well. In India and in many other cultures, men are supposed to be dominant, aggressive, and rational, while women are supposed to be submissive, impulsive, emotional, and delicate. Culture and race. Differences in physical characteristics and features among people belonging to different countries or groups are often confused with differences in culture and behavior. So, differences in physical characteristics of the people and the features, differences in physical features of the people of various countries or groups are also confused with differences in culture and their behavior. Racial features are largely determined by genetic and biological factors, whereas culture and language are learned, acquired, and transmitted through training and education. So, racial features that are basically determined by biological and genetic features, but whereas culture, language, that is learned, that is acquired with the help of people, environment, and with the help of training and education. So that was all about culture and race and basically human beings being different, and according to the gender of the person, different roles are also assigned to them, different responsibilities are also assigned to them, and also men and women being different not only biologically but also with attitudes, behavioral patterns, and also thinking, and different roles and responsibilities are also assigned to them, keeping in mind their characteristics. So these are some of the questions. You have to do it yourself. Discuss the main characteristics of culture, and question number 2, bring out the relationship between culture and biology. That's all. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.